Some days having a good day just doesn't seem possible. It's like life is throwing you lemons, right? Well, guess what, guys? We're going to learn how to squeeze those lemons, make some lemonade, and have great days or improve our days. How about that? Because we can't always have great days. I realize that. But there's some things that you can do every day just to kind of help make days better if they're started out sour or become sour. You can turn them back around. We have that ability as people to change what's happening, or how we're handling it. How about that? So one thing that I run into a lot with is that a lot of people that I talk to can be having a great day. One thing happens and they're done. They're done. They're wiped out. Their day is ruined. It's not good. It's not going to get better. It's just blah. Well, I'm not that person. I'm not the kind of person that has something happen like that and stay down. I'm just not. Okay. When me and I can be arguing or talking and then arguing. I don't even really know that we argue, but whatever it is. And he like can tell you that I just turn, I'm not letting it keep me down. Why? Because why should I stay down? It was a moment of time. It wasn't all day. It was one moment of time. And I can either let it hold me back or I can move on, right? Um, and it's just one of those things I choose to do. So how can we make our days better? How can we become happy? How can we make ourselves happy? How can we make ourselves happy in the moment? Well, here's the first thing. You have to learn to take a breath, acknowledge what happened, or that it's a bad morning or whatever, and say, I'm not going to let it stay there. You have to make that conscious choice. Okay. Um, and sometimes you have to say it out loud. I'm not going to let that hold me down. I'm not going to stay here. I'm moving on. The past is the past. I mean, anything that you can say to move on past that. Sometimes you have to verbalize that. Sometimes just thinking about it isn't enough. But let me tell you, if you start talking to yourself like, I'm going to be happy, it's going to be a good day, for some reason, you'll start smiling and life will become better, right? In the moment. Um, Another thing that you need to do is that if you know that you've had something go on and you're having kind of a rough day or a rough start or a rough week, first thing you need to do is kind of put yourself above everybody else and kind of maybe hibernate, do a little reset on yourself, and just do like, woosah. Kind of like we talked about just a minute ago. You have to let it go and move on. Well, sometimes you need to reset for that. Okay. And maybe you need to take 5 minutes and just go sit down in the silence and do nothing and just refocus. Maybe you need to midweek, if it's just been rough the first few days, take, a half a day and just go do what you enjoy doing. Go do something that makes you happy. Put yourself first. Okay. Think of yourself. Maybe you need to change your people that you're around. Because I can tell you that if I'm around people that are just like, "Wah, wah, wah, today sucks. This week's been bad. This year's horrible. It's not my year. It's not my day." Then I begin to take in their negative energy. Okay. And I literally have to like let that go by just stepping away from those people. Now, it's kind of crazy because, in my job, I talk to people that are having bad days, bad lives, bad situations all the time. I had to learn how to not let myself manifest in that. Okay. If I did, I would be the saddest, depressed, angriest person I've ever seen in my life. And I don't do that. Okay. I rethink the way that I look at it. Like just because I'm there and I'm hearing it, I love being able to be a sounding board for them. I love to be their help. So because I absolutely love my job, I don't stay in any negative situation or thought process very long when it comes to my clients. Okay. I tend to do really good with just refocusing that there. Um, Another thing that we can do to create some happiness or a better day is repaint your day. Okay. So let's say you wake up from your sleep and you're like, it's already starting rough. The coffee pot's not working, the car won't start, the dogs are making messes or whatever, the kids are crying, and it's a rough day, right? You have to sometimes just go sit in the bathroom and today is going to be good. Everything's going to calm down. We're going to go out there. We're going to clean the room. We're going to clean the house. We're going to go to the park. We're going to go to work. We're going to do whatever we're going to do. And you paint that picture. You paint that picture of what that day is going to be, and you create that step to being that day, right? You change your thought processes. You make it what you say it is going to be. Okay. Things can come at you all day long to throw curveballs, but as long as you may remain, just dead set on the goal, you're going to find that it's going to be easier to retract and redo, and your day is going to reorganize it, and it's going to be okay. Okay. Um, you have to know that one of the biggest ways to create happiness or have better days is to not worry about situations. You have to allow yourself to just stop worrying and keep going. Okay. So, the example, you're sitting at work, you get a cutoff notice in your email because you forgot to pay the bill. You have an option. You can sit there and worry and manifest in that negativity, or you can be like, whoops, I didn't pay a bill. Got to pay it, right? And move on. You got to move on. Okay. Because if you don't, you're going to be sitting there just negative setting, not happy, just very uncomfortable. Right. So we got to make some lemonade out of that. We got to stop worrying, squeeze the lemonade, and keep going. Okay. Another thing that I can say to help with creating happiness and changing your thought process to positive through the day is if you are having something happen, revert back to music. Find the best song that you jam to and you like and you love, and just sing it. Just live it. Okay. And once you do that, you will see that it's kind of your own hype man. Your music's your hype man. Okay. Um, Now, I will say this: if you're feeling a little bit depressed and sad, don't be listening to country music. Don't, because you're going to become more sad, more depressed, more lonely. Oh my God! I'm kidding, but really though, think about what you're listening to. You know, I can have my toes in the sand and my ass in the sand, toes in the water all day long, and it never makes me sad. Okay, that's really good for me. That's a very happy song. But if I was listening to, like, I don't know, some of that other country music that you got a beer in your hand, drinking your depression away, I'm not going to feel probably better. I'm probably going to find something to relate to in that song and then continue to feel bad. So, um, be happy, create happiness. Just let it beam through you. Let you be around people that it beams through. Okay. Create happiness, because that's the best thing that you can do. So there's that. I wanted to say that, when you find that you're creating happiness, everything is a little bit easier, and you'll find that you bounce back from things over and over and over, and it will feel so much better. So I hope you guys can find some of these tips, take some of the little hints, and be able to move forward. I know that what we've been talking about, mental health, has been very hard, but I wanted to just kind of refocus and revamp. Next week's videos are going to come from a different location. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to be living my best life and enjoying what I can. So just do what you can do. Create your own happiness. I gave you some tools there. Create happiness. Don't let things just be a lemon. Turn them into lemonade. Make your day whatever you want it to be. So for now, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back. Bye, guys.